In this tutorial, I will show you how to rig gears in Blender using object constraints. So feel free and learn how to rig two gears together so that they rotate correctly and the teeth don't overlap. Also show you how to rig them so they can rotate in the correct directions. Because some gear is rotating counterclockwise while some gear is rotating clockwise then. I will also show you how you can rig a smaller gear because smaller gears have to rotate faster to meet up with the bigger one. Finally, I'll show you how to rotate a gear which is going in a different direction. You can turn on this extra mesh objects on by going to preference and go to top search extra mesh and turn it on. Now Control A to add gear mesh. Click on mesh, scrolls down go to, and select gear. Please don't click away. We're going to modify this gear. Look down your left hand. You would open the gear settings where we will change a bunch of settings. Right here on setting, I would change the number of teeth. I'm going to change this to 20 teeth because I want 20 teeth, and there's a bunch of other things you can change like the radius and the width. Are not really going to play around with these for now. I'm just going to set it at 20 just. Follow my steps for now. Later we will come back and do some settings later. Once you add your settings, you can close it. I'll do a lot of modeling so that our gear would look more nicer for the tutorial. You could just follow my steps by steps here now. After let give a gear some nice look back on object mode Trek to modifier scroll to add a bevel modifier on the amount. For the segments you can add 4 or more. You can add 0.01. On the amount we just really need small. Small value is better for the sake of this tutorial. Then don't forget to shade this smooth. I will just add a weighted normal. Go to modifier, hit that plus, click on search, and type would just sharpen up the flat faces. Duplicate this gear, we're going to move it over here, and we'll go to top view. And I'm presuming here, I'm just going to rotate with it a little bit just so that the teeth are kind of connecting. This first gear is going to be the controller. It's going to have control over all other gears. And because this gear going stand has driver. Let's give it color. Click on New to have new material. And I'm going to go down here, just close other tabs, and open up the viewport display. And on the color here, I'm just going to make a blue color so that we easily remember controller gear. Now, select the second gear, let added constraint to it. Click on Constraint tab and add transformation. If you scroll down, you will see Map From and Map To. This area is going to play a crucial role on the gear. Under Map From, click on Rotation. Under Map To, click on Rotation. Because we are here to rotate this gear. The Map To is what is the subject going to do when the other object is transformed. So, because we want this object rotating to affect this object rotating, we want to change the map from a rotation and the map to rotation as well now to make this easier to see and good animate. Let add transformation tool that is going to make another object to the other to transform. So here in the target object, we want to click on the eyedropper and we want to choose the blue gear. So we're telling it that this is going to be the target. So then when this object transforms, it's going to affect the other gear. Let's open up the map to and the map from. So the map from is what translation this object. Now let animate the first gear. Make sure you're on frame 1. Click K button to open menu, click or insert rotation. Move the stick from frame 1 to 250. And I'll rotate her manually on the Z-axis. Press K to insert rotation again. Select the 2 keyframe on your timeline. Click T to open T menu. We're going to change the keyframe into linear. Hit the space bar to play. Now you can see it moving at a consistent speed. Select the second gear again. Let animate it. So what we want to do is to tell him that when the blue gear rotates anti-clockwise on the Z-axis, that this should also rotate clockwise at Z-axis. That is what map from stand for. Now you can see X, Y, and Z, and on the Z maximum, change the value from 0 to 180 degrees. Now on a map to there is X, Y, and Z on the rotation. So on the Z axis, I want to turn this all the way up to 180 degrees. Now, let's go back to the starting point and play the animation. You can see now is rotating in a wrong axis. It moves small and stop. The movement isn't accurate. Don't worry, we're going to solve that problem now. Let's solve the stiffness problem first. Scroll up to the top, and we can check mark the extrapolate, and this is basically going to loop the movement. Click on extrapolate. You all know what extrapolate means, to extend object movement to 180 degrees. Now hit play. You can see that the movement is accurate now with the driver blue gear. Let's solve the rotation problem. The gear is rotating opposite direction. Now let go, map to where we put 180 degrees. Instead of it rotating by 180, we can make it rotate by negative 180 degrees with this way. It's going to rotate clockwise. Let hit play. As you can see, the gear is now rotating correctly. Now let duplicate this gear and move it over here. You can place it anywhere you like. Scroll down. Let's change some settings again so that you would understand how it works. Instead of using 180, let's just use negative 180. It's going to rotate correctly. Hit play again. Now you see the difference. Let duplicate it again. You can put anywhere you like or follow my steps. Let hit play. You can see now again is rotating in the opposite directions. Instead of using negative 180, let's just use 180. It's going to rotate correctly. Hit play again. Now you see the difference. Now that you have learned how to change rotation direction, let's make a smaller gear and match it with the big one. Copy all and move the one side. Go to the gear menu and add a gear. Don't click away. We're going to do some settings right here. This gears actually have to rotate faster than the bigger ones. I want to make it smaller and half of the bigger ones. Right here on setting, I would change the number of teeth. I'm going to change this small gear teeth to 10 teeth. I would like to change the radios to 0.5. Once you are done with the settings, you can close the tray. I'll do a lot of modeling so that our gear would look more beautiful and fit for the tutorial. You could just follow my previous modeling settings. I'm going to skip this modeling now. After that, let's give the gear some nice look. Back to object mode, move to modifier, scroll to add a bevel modifier. Give the same amount as previous one. Don't forget to add weighted normal, as we did on the previous one. Don't forget, the blue gear is our controller over all other gears. Now let added constraint to our small gear. Click on Constraint tab and add transformation tool. So here in the target object, let's click on the eyedropper and place it on blue gear. We want to tell the blue gear to drive the smaller gear. Click on Extrapolate. If you scroll down, you will see Map From and Map To. Under Map From, click on Rotation. Under Map To, click on Rotation. On the Map From, change the Z maximum value from 0 to 180 degrees. On the Map To, change the Z rotation value to 180 degrees. Now, let it play. You can see now is rotating in a wrong axis. The movement isn't accurate. Don't worry, we're going to solve that problem now. Let's solve the rotation problem. Instead of it rotating by 180, we can make it rotate by negative 180 degrees with this way. It's going to rotate clockwise. Let hit play. As you can see, the gear is now rotating correctly. Let's give it a different color. You can use any color of your choice. Now, let duplicate this small gear and move it over here. You can place it anywhere you like. Scroll down. Let's change some settings again so that you would understand how it works. Instead of using negative 180, let's just use 180. It's going to rotate correctly. Hit play again. Now you see the difference. Now let rig or the last gear, duplicate this gear and place it here. Now if you try to rotate this gear in any axis, isn't going to work because we have added constraints to it. So what we're going to do is to cancel constraints modifier. Go to the constraint settings at the top, click on cancel sign here to remove it all. Now let rotate it and place it properly here in this axis. After that, hit play, you will notice nothing. Go here, let add transformation constraints. Open map from. Open map to. Let click on the eyedropper and place it on the blue gear. We want to tell the blue gear to drive it. Under map from, click on rotation. Under map to, click on rotation. Mark the extrapolate to loop the movement. Click on extrapolate. On the map from, change the Z maximum value from 0 to 180 degree. On the map to, change the X maximum value from 0 to 180 degree. You will see that this gear stuck in one place without movement. Don't worry, we will solve the problem now. Go back to on the X-axis, open the menu, and change to Z-axis. Let hit play now. You can see the difference is moving a wrong direction because it has no rotation constraints. Let apply rotation to this gear, press Ctrl A, and select rotation, hit play, and see the difference. Now you have learned how to rigging a gear in a different rotation. If you're new to this channel, please you can support me by subscribe, like, and share. See you in my next video, how to use wind constraints. Thank you for watching.